Hello, I am Wesley Foreman, and you are once again watching, I hope, Cooking for the Yum of It. Today I am going to be attempting to make a Hollandaise sauce. This is one of the 4 mother sauces of French cooking. So, let's get started. Now the first thing we're going to need are 3 egg yolks, for which I need to get the bowl to save the yolk. Now don't throw the egg yolks away. You can use those to make a lovely egg white omelet, which we will be doing to go with our Hollandaise sauce. Sorry. But this sauce is also good for an assortment of vegetables, mainly asparagus and, we don't want to lose our yolk. Now if that starts to happen with your yolk separator, just get a fork to help pull out the yolk, the white. That way you leave the yolk behind. Like I said, we'll put the egg whites back in the refrigerator until we're ready to make our lovely egg white omelet. Now originally, let's get our yolks in there, I was going to make a béarnaise sauce, but I decided this time I wanted to make Hollandaise instead. So let's go on. When I made this the first time, it calls for 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, but when I made it with before as a test recipe, I found that 2 tablespoons made it a little too lemony for me, so I'm just going to use 1 tablespoon this time, and we'll experiment with it. If it doesn't work out with 1 tablespoon, we'll try 1.5 tablespoons next time. Now we put this back on, and we'll remove our little deal there. Get our salt and our pepper, and we turn off the fan here because we're not using it. I don't know why I had it turned on. And we're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now this comes from Julia Child's The French Chef Cookbook. These are all recipes, that she did on her actual TV show, The French Chef. This one is, she actually made it for an electric blender, and I'm hoping it'll work with a food processor as well. And then we get our white pepper. We add 1/8 of a teaspoon of that. And I do think I'm eventually going to have to buy an actual blender to make this, because I don't think the salt and the pepper and the egg yolks are blending very well, but we'll find out later. Now as I adjust this, I'll be able to see. This recipe calls for an entire stick of butter. You heard that right, 1 whole stick, which we're going to melt on a rather low heat, because we don't want to get it too hot. We just want it to come to a slight bubbling melt. What is it? Julia says, okay, well that's melting. I'm going to try something different, and you're going to be the first to see it. This is a small blender. I don't know if it's going to work, but we can certainly try. I just don't think it's going to work in the food processor. So we're going to scrape all that in. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked in the food processor. But it's always good to learn new things. And if this doesn't work, don't worry, I won't even bother posting this online. So if you're seeing this, it worked. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work much better than what I was trying before. So let's leave that, and we come back to our butter. Now, as Julia says, we want to heat the butter, which we want to bring to a bubbling hot. It's bubbling a little, but we don't want to make it too hot, because that will cook the yolk and make it curdle like it did last time when I made béarnaise sauce, which I will be making next week, I promise. So for now, I'm just going to make this Hollandaise. And I hope Julia forgives me, but I'm only using the 1 tablespoon, like I said, of the lemon juice. It was just too lemony for me when I used 2. But if it's not too much for you, please feel free to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So let's jump ahead. Now that the butter has completely melted, we're going to wait a little until it stops bubbling, which shouldn't take too long. Now that the heat is off, we'll take it off the residual heat from the burner guard. I don't know, what do you call this piece? I've often wondered. Anyway, let's just wait for it to stop bubbling. And it might be ready in a moment. We don't want it to get too cold, but we don't want it to be too hot. So, okay, now we're trying to put it in the... it's kind of hard to get this done. We're pouring in a little bit of the butter. Put the top back on. Then we blend it. Pour in some more of the butter. And we blend it. And some more butter. And more butter. It's starting to come together really well. Although I definitely, if anyone wants to know, wanted to know what to get me for my birthday this coming June, or for Christmas in December, a blender would be great. Let's take a look here. As you can see, it looks like it's coming out okay. Nice and creamy and buttery, with just a hint of lemon. So now we're going to take it out of our little blender and put it aside to use as a sauce for the fish I'm going to make. Oh my, doesn't want to come out. That's how thick it is. Oh my, it's... Almost looks like a mayonnaise, which is not too surprising since, like the mayonnaise in a previous episode, it is an emulsification of egg yolk and some other pretty good items. But this really would go well with, I can understand why this goes so well with this, with cauliflower, with artichoke and asparagus and other vegetables. We're going to use it for our egg white omelet. Oh, that is good. Sorry, I was licking off the spatula. So now I'm going to fix the egg white omelet, but you've seen me make omelets a bajillion times, so you probably don't want to watch that. But just in case, first we need to prepare our egg whites for omelification. And we take 2 tablespoons of water. Normally I like to use milk, but I'm going to use water this time because I'm out of milk. I can hear the commercial now. Got milk. And we take just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon black pepper, do that, although that part. Now we come over here. Oh. We adjust our camera and we turn our burner up on high, and we sprinkle some water on there so we know when the pan is ready. Oh. Okay. Once the water has boiled away, we check it again. Now that means we're ready to make an omelet. Oh, we take our 2 tablespoons of butter. Yeah, more butter. Hollandaise is not a recipe for those who have concerns with cholesterol or have heart issues. So I am going to try, and I'll let you know how it works. One day I really do mean to try making this with Smart Balance margarine. But for now, since cholesterol is not a concern of mine so much, we're going to make it with butter. Okay, now that it's stopped bubbling, and we gently swirl our pan clockwise and counterclockwise. Give it a jerk every now and then. I may not have added enough butter. I usually have this problem when I make the omelets with just the egg whites. But we have to do what we can. And no, it didn't work. So what we're going to have here is scrambled egg whites, which is just as good. I'm going to keep practicing the egg white omelet though. Oh, come on. Make sure the burner was off. Now we're going to take some of our lovely Béarnaise sauce. And for the sake of decoration and dressing the plate, this is completely optional. Just put a little bit of parsley there. And there we have it, scrambled egg whites with Béarnaise sauce. I mean Hollandaise sauce. Why do I keep saying Béarnaise? And now we eat. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, that is just amazing. That is some of the best stuff I've ever made, and it's only a sauce. Hollandaise is definitely one of my favorites now, I'll tell you. It tastes all smooth and creamy and almost like buttery cheese. Oh, it's fantastic. I cannot wait until it is artichoke season. I will definitely make this again. So anyway, that is my attempt, my first successful attempt at making a Hollandaise sauce. I hope you get a chance to try this yourself, and tune in for my next episode when I will be attempting to make again the Hollandaise sauce. Not Hollandaise, Béarnaise. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Anyway, thank you for watching my Hollandaise episode. Next time it will be Béarnaise sauce. So until next time, I am Wesley Foreman. You've been watching Cooking for the Yum of It. And as always, remember, eat and enjoy.